Congratulations! I'm Jean Newell from Waterview Realty, your host. And in the studios with me today is Jonathan Lack, my co-host, and he is a real estate attorney, owner of Waterview Title, and owner-broker of Waterview Realty. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Jean. I'm very much looking forward to our show today.
Yes, we're going to be talking about how to ready your property for sale. And we get this call, we get calls all the time from people who want us to list their home, and then we get there and we find out, oh boy, we've got a chore for us because either it needs some TLC, or maybe they have their hoarders or something, and it's really difficult to sell something when it doesn't show properly. So we're going to be talking about staging. We're going to be talking about how to ready your home for sale. And on the line with us today is Lisa Pelk. I always want to say Pelk, but it's Pelc.
It's Pelk. That's right. Hi, Jean. How are you?
Hi, Lisa. And Lisa, tell us a little bit about your company and all the different services that you provide, because your company is Bella Casa Staging and Redesign. And a little bit about your company. And also, I don't want you to forget to talk about your show, because we do have a star on our show today. And that's the truth. I've seen you on, is it not Fox? It's the HGTV show. No, it's on A&E. I've seen you on A&E.
Yeah, it's on the FYI channel, which is part of the A&E network, so that's correct. And, so what Bella Casa Staging and Redesign is all about is we help people prepare their house to sell.
Yes.
We help them, we give them a list of things to remove, things to keep, and then we use what they have and we re-merchandise it so that it looks very neat and clean, and people, when they walk through the house, they actually can view the flow and the architecture instead of focusing on people's stuff, because, the way that we live is not the way that we sell our house like anything else, So having an outside person come in and help you edit your house before you sell it is extremely helpful. Our statistics are 96% of the houses that we stage sell in less than 30 days, and for 3 to 6% more than a house that is not staged. So very affordable option, owner-occupied. You definitely get your money back. It's about a 300% return on your investment. And then we also do vacant staging. So if you're an investor or you have a second home or just that you've had to move away and your house is empty, we will come in and provide everything from furniture to area rugs to art to greenery to pictures. And then we merchandise it beautifully so buyers can emotionally connect with it.
Well,
very effective.
Exactly. And if any of you have ever watched any of the A&E shows or the HGTV shows all about flipping homes or selling your home or the Property Brothers, any of those real popular shows that are out there right now, they all have that same theme. They show kind of a before picture. It's either a home that needs some upgrades or needs something to it. And then they bring in a stager, sometimes a remodeler, sometimes if it's a distressed property, they're rebuilding. But the point is, it's always a before and after. And some of these shows, they'll have people walk through on an open house before anything's done, and they record them and with a secret camera on all the comments they're making about the house. And they'll say things like, oh, I don't like those old cabinets, or I don't like, the way it feels too small, the dining room or something. And some of those things can be an easy fix. And that's what we're all about, showing how to make some changes to your home that will increase the value without necessarily expending a lot of money up front. And part of it is people live in their homes the way they want to live, but it's not necessarily the way you want to show property. And that's what you're all about. Let's talk about your show, because I always call it Flipping Zombies, but it's zombie flipping, isn't that the name of it?
Yeah, it's zombie house flipping, and it's a funny name. It's kind of a trendy name. And really, I think what the producers were trying to get at is the word zombie they're using as a distressed property. So the premise of the show is essentially they take flips, so properties that they're very distressed or in disarray. The investors come in and they flip them like any other flipper, and they do it at a pretty high end using all the on-trend tile and color of the cabinets and the flooring and, knocking down walls to make it that open floor concept that people love. And then we came in and staged the house after they flipped it. And there was 8 episodes on the first season, and they asked us to do all 8 episodes. It was so much fun, and just the reveals on the before and after are pretty incredible. And you can catch those on my YouTube channel. If you just search Bella Casa Staging, you'll find all 8 episodes all condensed into the most important part of the show, the before and the after.
Yes.
You don't have to sit painfully through an hour's worth of footage. It's just a quick before and after.
Well, you also have a lot of those shows on your website as well.
Yes, you can also connect. You can see snips of the show, of our reveals on my website at bellacasastagingandredesign.com.
Well, and anything we talk about today, you'll be able to go to your website and go on the media page, and where we have today's show from your Hometown Solutions, you'll have some photos and so forth discussing some of the different trends that we're going to be talking about today. I know you're right in the middle of a big staging project, and we pulled you away for an on-air interview, so we appreciate you taking a break there from your hard work to come on and share this information. But we see it every day, Lisa. We're out there trying to price homes, and especially in communities where a lot of the homes are very similar, and people don't understand that perhaps the house that just sold down the street for $300,000, that person we're standing and talking with can't get $300,000 because their home doesn't have the same features or amenities in it. So we try to educate them, and with your help and your website and your shows and so forth, it helps educate that seller that not everything revolving around real estate is equal and fair. You have to market your home. This is what I used to say years ago before the word staging became kind of popular. You have to market your home as if it were a model home. So I always used to say you have to modelize your home. You're in competition with that new home. So those are the kind of things you want to do. And you know how to tactfully go in behind us. We try to prepare them and let them know, perhaps you don't need 3 lazy boys in your family room as well as a couch and a love seat. Maybe we need to get some of that furniture out of there if you're going to stage their furniture in their home. So those are the kind of things that we talk about. So staging is all about maximizing the best look for your home using your own furniture, or if it's a vacant home, bringing in your furniture that you have and stage it just like a model home. So what some of the projects you're working on right now, and what are you seeing that's kind of trending? What are some of the projects that you've been working on, and some of the problems that you've been able to solve for them?
Yeah, so I work with investors a lot. I work with people who are selling their home and they're living in the home while they're trying to sell it. And then I also do redesign, which when somebody moves into the house and I use their furniture and position it in the right way to where it capitalizes on the space. And then if they don't have furniture, I'll help them find the right size pieces, the right color pieces, depending on the style that they want. But for new builds and people who are flippers, which they try to stay on trend too, because everybody likes that new home look. And white cabinets are a timeless color. If you're selling your house and you have oak cabinets, which are real wood and they're raised panel, which is a pretty good quality cabinet, if you just paint those white, a matte finish is very on trend. There's a product that's called Farmhouse Paint. It's a matte color paint that you don't have to strip your cabinet. You don't have to sand your cabinets. Basically, you just make sure that they're clean, and you can actually spray that farmhouse paint right onto your cabinet. I would take the doors off, obviously. And it's a beautiful look, and it updates your kitchen instantly for, under $1,000, depending on how many cabinets that you have.
And that's farm, like FARM, farmhouse paint?
Yeah, and it's acrylic-based paint, so it's pretty sturdy and hardy in wet areas, and it's wipeable. There's other products that are on the market that are matte as well. They're also called chalk paint, and there's a couple of a step process. So you have to paint, and then you have to put a wax coating over it, and they don't stand up that great in a kitchen. If you're doing a piece of furniture or something like that, it works fine. But I use all products that are the matte color chalkboard. It's called chalk paint. That just means it's matte finish. But I found that the farmhouse is very durable. It looks great. It's kind of a one-stop shop. You get the most bang for your buck.
Do you know where you can buy that? Is it online, or can you go to Home Depot or somewhere?
Yeah, great question. So the place you can buy it is called Uptown Vintage. That's in Melbourne, Florida, and it's on US 1. And there's a lady who owns that shop. She sells it. She's a retailer of the product. You could probably also buy it online. But here locally in Melbourne, Florida, that's the best place to get it. They have all colors,
Aren't they just like a block or so north of the O'Galley Causeway?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. I pass them on Saturdays. They always have furniture out there, and they have their own little kind of flea market on Saturdays, I think. And I always think I'm going to stop, but I'm always on my way somewhere. So it's called the Vintage. It's called Uptown Vintage.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, Lisa, is your primary business the staging for the resale of homes, or do you also get involved in the decorating of homes for current owners?
So, yes, we do both. I want to say 80% of our business is staging, helping prepare people to sell their homes so that they sell in the best space or in the best light. And then that has led to the redesign, the decorating piece of it, where I'm working on a project right now here in Melbourne Beach that this couple just bought this beautiful home, and they don't have any furniture, any accessories. They have nothing. So we really went in, and I asked them a bunch of questions on their style, their living, their kids, what they like, what they don't like, created a plan. I present storyboards to them, which is essentially an electronic version of the different elements that go into decorating a room, meaning the sofa, the art, the area rug, the colors, and then I source all of the furniture and order it, receive it, and then install. So that's probably about 10 to 15% of our business. It's growing because people, the word is out, and it really makes a big difference. But then we'll also take what somebody already has and make it beautiful. And what happens in that sense is people buy things that they love, but they don't necessarily know how to put it together in the best way. So when we come in, we use what they already love in a new way, and when we're done, they have just beaming reviews. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I wish we would have called you a year ago. We love what you did." Well, of course they do, because it's all of their stuff that they picked out. So it's their style, just merchandised differently to where it looks the best possible.
We talk on this show, I guess it's a humorous tagline, but we claim that your hometown solutions covers everything from foreclosures to Feng Shui. So spinning off of that, when you're laying out the furniture, if you're like in the zombie house flipping and looking at, renovating walls and opening space and such, does Feng Shui come into play in any of the design that you do?
So, Feng Shui is a very interesting subject, and it's very broad, and there's a lot to it. And I just know enough to be dangerous in the whole Feng Shui. So, yes, we do utilize those techniques, and sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. It's just intuitive now. So an example would be, you never want to put a bed on the wall where the plumbing is. That's